Hey super swing traders, I hope you're doing good. Today we're going to take a look at some charts and see where we can identify supply and demand order flow and trade it for income. Okay, let's take a look at the euro dollar versus the Canadian dollar and see what's going on. I'm trading the monthly, weekly, daily time sequence. I'm going to take a look at the monthly chart first, my highest time frame chart, and you can see that price has been making upward move, and then 2018 prices went strongly down, but then there's a demand zone right here, and then price is within this demand zone. So even though we're looking at good shorting opportunities, well, let's see what our lower time frame says. But right now we don't want to short just yet because price is currently at monthly demand zone and control. So we don't want to short, but we do see that there are 1, 2, 3 bearish engulfing candles that is saying that price will penetrate this zone deeper. So we do not want to buy, but we also don't want to short right now because it's showing us two conflicting information here. But it is downtrend because it's making these two peaks and then price is dropping. There's the demand zone down here as well. Let's take a look at the weekly. The weekly, we have price dropping with a downtrend and a new supply zone created here. But take a look right here. There's so much trading activity here, so many candles, so many unknown or undecisive trading candles here that this zone that I drew here does not look really good to trade. We need to wait for confirmation or wait for it to show signs that we wanted to go into the zone and then wait for it to drop before we start selling. We don't want to just set our order here to sell. We want to wait for it to get to the zone, and then we will start selling on the entry time frame, which is our daily time frame. So that's what we're looking at, because this is so much trading activity. The orders might have been filled before already, so this is not really good to just set order here and buy. So that's what we have, and then let's take a look further out to see if there's any demand zones, because we know the monthly is at the monthly demand zone, so there might be other weekly demand zones that we can see. So price drop here, so yeah, this could be a demand zone too. This is the start. This is the valley that started this whole move up. So this is demand zone, and it looks like price has reached that demand zone, and so we do not want to sell. We want to wait until price reaches up here. So we know it's in a downtrend, but the weekly demand is in control. Monthly demand is in control as well. So we want to sell when we have confirmation up here, right there. Okay, let's take a look at the daily chart. So we have a downtrend. Draw downtrend. Then we have supply zone up here, and another supply zone right here. And that's what it's looking right now. But one thing I want to point out to you is that from this peak, it drop, base, drop, base, drop. So it's overextended. So we do not want to continue to short. We do not want to short because when it's overextended like this, with, like I said, with the monthly demand zone in control and weekly demand zone control, we don't want to continue to short, because price action is telling us that it's been dropping so much already, it's gonna, some people call it reverse to the mean, or in our trading style we call it overextension. So we do not want to continue to short. We want to let price to go up here and short, or go up here and short. Ideally you want to go up here because this trend line, you can, when these candles are dropping so much, it's overextended, you can draw a really aggressive trend line. So you can draw this trend line, something like that. So this trend line is technically broken, so we don't want to short here. We want to short up here, and up here is where this zone is. So we want to only trade this amount. We want to only risk this amount of pips versus this whole thing. So that's why we're entering on the daily, because we want to minimize our risk. And of course we're going to choose the proper lot size and everything, make sure that, and only risking 1% of our account, but we want to minimize our risk. That's why we're going on the lower time frame instead of taking this whole thing on the weekly. But if you trade monthly, weekly, daily, you need to only enter in your time frame, which is the daily. If you do weekly, daily, 4 hour, then you have to enter in the 4 hour. You can't trade weekly, daily, 4 hour and then enter on the daily. You have to find zones that are within that. So we want to short up here, and we want to short up here because price is going to break this, because these higher time frame demand zones are in control. That's what price could do. That's the likelihood of what price can do, or else price could continue to drop and break these demand zones. So we just don't know. We don't know, but we want to figure out what's most likely going to happen, or I should say, if it does happen, then that's where we are planning our trades. Is it going to happen? It may or may not happen, but that's just what it is. Because the monthly, we see 1, 2, 3 red candles forming, and so that indicates that it could drop lower, but the weekly demand zone is controlled. So we'll see what happens, if it can actually break this or not. If it breaks, then we can look to sell when it retraces up again. If it breaks this whole zone, we can, or this whole zone with the monthly zone, if it breaks this monthly zone and breaks this zone too, then we can think about going short up here again, or add new areas of supply. Otherwise, if price goes up, or price could just, instead of breaking the zone, it can move up, and then when it moves up, we look to short up here. So we'll see what happens, guys. That's the analysis on euro dollar versus the Canadian dollar. I hope you found a lot of value in these analysis, and I hope it helps you in your trading or investing career, making sure that you're trading with the banks and not with the sheep and the crowd, and you're trading with the banks. That way you have a lot more momentum and buying and selling power on your side. Thank you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment below. If you're not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button below and click that little bell icon. That way you'll get notified of the next video that I publish. Thanks again for watching.